Hi everyone, I am making some berry dyed junk mail that I just threw out. I got it in the mail. Had some leftover berry juice from our frozen berries and a drip of coffee. So I am doing a little bit of staining and I have an idea of what I want to do with this. So stay tuned and see what I make with this once it's dry. Hi everyone, it's Caroline. Thank you for coming over today. Welcome. I have a whole bunch of painty newspaper and some berry dyed junk mail that I use this to sop up my berry juice from our frozen berries that we use in our breakfast. I am joining the Diva Sewing Piece, the hashtag Diva Sewing Piece, and it is hosted by Junk Journal Divas. I will make some hearts using these items. I'm just picking off the berries right now, some of the ones that were stuck on there. And it's all nice and dry, and it's purple, and it's beautiful. So these are mixed berries that I use. I'm going to make some hearts with this. I'm going to use some red thread to sew around it. I will be using my sewing machine. And I thought, you know, let's just go for the ride together. I don't have a plan, but I want to join in on this. I can just do this and see how it goes. I will link all the information below. And if you want to join, that would be so fun. I'm going to start with this. I'm going to cut a heart out. And I think I'm trying to see if I should make this I don't want them to be too huge, and I'd like to not chop into it so I don't waste all of this beautiful painting. This is a newspaper, one of many that I have in my stash that I received for free. Someone was just throwing them away. That's a nice big heart. It might be too big, but I can always trim it down. I want to cut the heart out from here and put it in the middle of this. This will be my base. I actually want to, the note that goes with giving these away, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to hand this to people that I come across. There's a few different ways you can do it. You can leave it in your neighborhood. We live in a very snowy, wet neighborhood right now. It's middle of the winter, so we can't leave this just anywhere. So I may just give this to people as I see them. That's a better size. I think that's a better size. I think I'll just use this template. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to sandwich. So I like that. I'll make a few of these. And I'll sandwich the hearts in with the newspaper, the leftover newspaper, and then that way it'll be a little thicker. Anyone can join this particular challenge. It's that time of year, the season. I think we can do this all year round, but this really gets us going because we are in the mode of, it's the heart month. Let me see here. I have a couple other sheets. This one already has some that's just going to fit, so that's perfect. So many different ways to make hearts. This one came to me the other morning when I was making our breakfast, and I had our berries out, and I saw the junk mail on our table, and I thought, I'm going to use this to sop it up because I can use it in a project. And then I was looking at my painty newspapers. That's going to be a lot to start with. I can make more. That's a good amount. I'll put this over here. Yeah, so I thought, well, I think I'll use this as a, I like the colors on here. Now, all of this is going to be covered up some way, somehow. Not sure exactly how, but I will do that. Here's the rest of the paper. And you can use any kind of paper as a filler. Then I have more newspapers to dig into later if I need them, as I want to use them. What I'm going to do here is make the inside, this part of the sandwich for the heart. And I think I will have to cut out more because I'm going to need, well, we'll see. I'm just winging this, so it doesn't even really need to be a heart, but I just want to get some kind of a little cushion. Okay, that would work. And then if I did this on the back, I'm playing this out as we go. And then if I make this to go on top, I hope I have enough. I'm going to make a few of them. I have no idea why I'm using this paper. I think it's because it was right there. That's a bit smaller, so that would work. Even if I did that, then that way you could still see some of this newspaper. Okay, I've just puffed up my insert here with just some scraps, more scraps of the newspaper. And I think I will continue to add, I was thinking I wasn't going to use this, but I will. And on top of this, I think I can use some of my deli, this is deli paper, and I did some jelly printing, and I'm going to use some of this because it's got the pretty colors on it. So I'll do some kind of collage on here. It won't move around once I sew around it. Just sharing my process and the process in my head before I actually, we'll see if it turns out. So I'm going to go and sew this and then we can play with it. I am finished with the hearts that I had cut out of my newspaper, my painty newspaper. This is what I have left of that. And then I also have, this is what I have left of my junk mail that I berry dyed. And I have these hearts like that. And I stuffed them a little bit with some of the scraps from the newspaper. This is the back. I don't mind having the threads, of course. So now what I want to do is I want to cover up the graphics on the heart, or on the dyed recycled paper. So I don't know how I'm going to do that. I think I'll just start ripping away, tearing away. It's just a fun experiment to see how this is going to turn out. I'll take off just this edge here. And start tearing it away. Might as well use this because it's been in my stash for a while since I made this. I experimented with my jelly plate, did some jelly printing. I've been using it, and I still had this one with the red on it, which is really fun. Has some gold, some blue, and I can just do a little bit of collage on here. And that's what I will do. I'm going to use my art glitter glue because it dries faster. And now thinking about this, I probably should have collaged on this, sewn around it, and then did some sewing. But, you know, sometimes you just have to learn as you go. Maybe if I make these again, and I'll be able to do that. Do it different ways. Mixed media hearts. There is no what am I trying to say? No fabric. The only fabric is the thread. And I think this will work out fine. Just piece it together. Going to do this one here. Just place it down. A little Google sign. I think I'll leave that. It's colorful. I don't mind. I'm going to go ahead and finish collaging, covering up the graphics here. I'm just going to rip a few things. I can rip them smaller. I can tear them smaller. That's fun. And I realize the whole point of this is that it's a free thing to send out, and to I mean, if you upcycle everything, if you recycle, then it's free to make. And I also get how fun it is to be out in the community and to spread this around. My approach is going to be, just again because of where I live, it's going to be more of a, I'll hand it to someone, or I'll hand a bunch of these to even to like the clinic where we go, where our doctor is. Okay, there's a little bit of graphics there. That's not too bad. Just trying to cover it up. I don't need to cover up all the word there. I like that. Okay. Did it go like this? I don't remember. I don't know. And let's see what I will put over here. This lady, I am going to cover her up. So this is what I'm going to do with the rest of them. I will be back when they are collaged. Okay, now, oh yes, I want to show you, I brought back my mat. I cleaned it all. I took all the little bumps off. I gave it a good scraping and scrubbing both sides. I really like it and I wanted it back. I just needed to take some time and today was the day. So I've got my hearts here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. This is an old product that was in my stash. It's outdoor gloss varnish, but I'm going to use it as a sealer for my hearts. I don't see why it wouldn't work. I'll try it on one. Now, it doesn't matter to me if it's gloss or not. This is all with things that I'm using up or reusing. And I'm just going to go ahead and see how this will work. I'll have to let this dry. Oh, that's going to be nice, I think. Yes, my idea of using the photo paper as a palette, it's a great idea, but it just, everything's stuck to it. I'm just going to move this over. Using up what's in my drawer. Then once this is dry, what I want to do is embellish a little bit more. I'm not finished embellishing these. Put a little bit more in. I'm not sure how long it'll take for these to dry. Oh, and the other thing, you probably already know this, but just in case, I used the magic eraser, just the generic brand, actually from the dollar store, and it worked great to take off some of the stains. Now this stain here is a Sharpie. So if you do have Sharpie on your mat, I think just wear and tear and time will take it away, but I really did a lot of scrubbing on this. I did a lot of soaking. I'm not going to seal the other side because it's the paint on the newsprint, on the newspaper. So I'm going to put my brush in my water that's just in front of me, let that soak. Put these out of the way for a second. I don't think it's going to take too long for them to dry. And I wanted to seal them because as I was putting on the, as I was collaging my jelly print, a lot of the paint was flaking off. So I thought, well, I might as well do that. Now I have this piece of silk that I've been working with, and I would like to do some stamping on here because I'd like to put a little sentiment on the hearts. I also want to do a little bit of, I think I'm going to put a little bit of lace. Joy the little things. Maybe that would be a good one. I'll pull it out. We'll see if that works. Oh, and love. Of course, love is always a good one. I'm going to take that one out because I might use that one. Just brought out a couple extra things. I've got my stays on. Going to give it a try. Oh, and I have this big piece of lace that I've been playing with for a while. I'll use some of that. And I have my buttons. This is just a, this was a candy box. that I received years and years and years ago, and I just turned it into my button holder. So I'm going to use some buttons here. I do have more of the silk, so if that works, that is perfect. I love it. I just don't know if it's going to be too big. I'm going to take one of the hearts and see. They are dry now. Just wondering. Let me cut this. Let's try that. I don't think it's going to be too big. It's a focal point, so and I think that's what I'll do. I can put it up here, and I'm going to take a piece of this lace. Just cut some of this off. Not straight, doesn't matter. It's all wonky. And then a button. One button or two, I don't know. That's fun too. Let's pretend the other ones are still drawing. Okay, I like that too. So both of these, let's go back and forth. I like it that way. Well, here are my finished hearts for the Divas Sewing Piece Project, which is hosted by the Facebook group Junk Journal Divas. I'll leave the link of that below. And these are my hearts from recycled, upcycled scraps, collage papers that I made on my jelly plate. This is some printed scrap silk, some lace, a button. They all have sort of the same version, just in a different area. I'll show them to you. And I sewed around that. Printed out the little blurb here, and I added my name. Did some gold edging with some gold paint. A little bit of cutout hearts. Button. All a little different. I'm really happy with the way these turned out. They really feel a little bit puffy because I sandwiched some of the leftover newspaper in there. And so these are my love hearts for the Divas Sewing Piece project. It's also, you can call this a random act of kindness. I am going to bring these to, the ladies that work at the walk-in clinic in our little town. I'm also going to make some and bring them to my local drugstore that has the post office. I'm going to leave some there, and I'm going to think of some other places to leave them. Just people that make my day a little bit easier with their generosity and their kindness, and maybe this will put a smile on somebody's face. You can do this any way you like to. You can make hearts, or just, it's really just to spread love, and for no reason at all, just because we can all use a little smile, something to make us smile. There's nothing exchanged here. So I hope this inspires you to make some hearts, and you can distribute some peace around your community or in your family or wherever you are. Thanks everyone for coming along today. I hope this inspired you. Be adventurous and stay cozy. I'll talk to you very soon. Bye for now.